Hello everyone, welcome to Achievers Success, a talk show. I'm Abhilash Kshatriya. We have an achiever who was born in Mangalore, brought up in Pune, editor-in-chief and publisher of US-based newspaper NRI Pulse, author and most important, I would like to say, award-winning author of Purple Lotus, Veena Rao. So, my dear viewer friends, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Veena Rao.
Thank you.
Welcome you, madam.
Thank you, Abhilash, and it's a pleasure to be on your talk show.
Actually, I need to say that it's my pleasure to invite you as a guest for this talk show.
The feeling is mutual.
Yes.
Thank you.
As I invite all the guests in my talk show, I usually ask them their journey towards their success. In fact, you are an achiever, a Mangalorean born, a US-based editor-in-chief and publisher of NRI Pulse. So a huge achievement.
Thank
In
you.
fact, winning awards is really hard. So I would like to ask a lot of things about it also.
Sure.
So can I know, madam, like your right from your school days, how exactly and where
Yeah.
exactly you were?
Let me begin by talking a little bit about my book.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
My book begins. It
Okay.
opens with a scene
Okay.
where my protagonist Tara's
Okay.
family is moving from somewhere in the northeast
Okay.
back to Mangalore, and
Okay.
she's on a train.
You would like to reveal the secret of this book?
No, that is just the beginning.
Okay,
That's the
okay.
opening scene.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
And that scene is a page out of my own book,
Okay.
out of my own life.
Life, okay.
It actually happened. I
Okay.
was 6 years old when my family moved
Hmm.
from a town called Cuttack in Orissa
Okay.
to Mangalore.
Okay.
And we spent the next 10 years here in Mangalore. I
Okay.
went to Jerosa
Okay.
in Jaipur,
Okay.
and then I went to high school in St. Mary's.
Okay.
And of course, my father and my brother were very fond of reading.
Okay.
We had a great collection of books, and my brother used to go to the libraries. We had some
Okay.
wonderful libraries
During
those
school
days.
days, college days?
During school
School
days.
days, okay.
Very when I was still in my before I turned
Passionate
10.
towards reading
Yes.
during school days only.
Yes, so
Okay.
that's when I fell in love with
Okay.
books,
Okay.
and I was also I was a middle child.
Okay.
I have an older brother and a younger sister,
Okay.
and books became an escape for me
Okay.
from the big transition we
You're
had
an award-winning author
from
and you say it's an escape. to
escape.
you.
That's
Okay.
how it started
Okay.
when I was really small.
Okay, okay,
I'm
yeah.
talking about my childhood
Okay,
still.
okay, fine.
So it became an escape for
Okay.
me to cope with the transition from Cuttack to Mangalore.
Okay.
And when I was 12 years old, I started writing short stories and
Okay.
then detective novels,
Okay.
full-length novels,
Okay.
handwritten novels
Yeah.
for my with American detectives for
Okay.
my Indian classmates to read during lunch break.
Okay. What did they say after reading?
Oh, they used to wait for it every day.
Okay.
I used to write, and then
Okay,
there would
okay.
be a queue to read for them to read it, and that's how I fell in love with writing.
Okay.
And then, of course, because of my love of writing, I went. The next step was to get into journalism.
Love of writing and also the feedback from your classmates. and all
Yes,
this.
yes. So,
Yeah.
what is the next step was to get into journalism.
Okay.
And so, my family moved to Pune in 1985.
Okay.
We stayed in Mangalore for 10 years.
Since you're interested in writing, you went into journalism or
Into journalism,
into
yes,
journalism.
yes.
Okay, okay.
And so I did a postgraduate degree in
Okay.
economics first,
Okay.
and then I realized that no, economics is not for me.
Okay.
So I had got a postgraduate diploma. It used to be called a diploma. Now it's a degree
When
from
you feel
Symbiosis.
that,
From
it's
Symbiosis.
not your cup of tea,
Huh.
is there a possibility that you need to convince your parents, yes, this is not my cup of tea, and then switch on to your
Yes, of
passion?
course. Back in those days, there were only two professions. You become a doctor, or you become an
Did
engineer.
your parents listen?
Well, yes, I guess.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Maybe
So you
the
were more
pressure.
convincing to the
Maybe the pressure was slightly less
Okay.
for us back then. Now the pressure is even more, right?
yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
On kids.
Yes. Usually a science student, they prefer either doctor or medicine
Exactly.
field or engineering.
Exactly.
and all
But
those
see,
things. Almost
I would have made a terrible doctor.
Okay.
I didn't have the head for
Okay.
to become for numbers, so there was no way I could have become an engineer.
You hate maths?
I hated math. I
Okay,
used to
okay.
come home with red circles on my report card, and I got into severe trouble at home.
Okay.
And I would have made a terrible lawyer because I was a very, very quiet person.
Okay,
and
okay.
you know, your lawyer has to
Yes,
argue,
yes,
right?
yes,
That was
exactly.
not for me. So what was the other option? I had to become a writer
Okay.
and a journalist.
Other option was writer, or you
No,
were
no, no, no.
interested
I
in-
was interested. I'm sorry. The other option was to become a journalist.
Journalist, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
and that is something I did well, I think.
Okay, okay. You loved your job.
Yes,
Okay.
throughout. I still love what I do.
So this was your choice of career.
Yes, it was
Okay.
definitely a choice, career choice.
But how did this start actually? Like you wanted to write a book. Obviously, you were writing during your school days, college days, fine. But a book which has won an international award.
It has.
Yeah. So when did you start writing this book? How exactly?
You know, like I said, when I was 12, I declared to the world that I would grow up to become a world famous writer.
Oh,
Okay.
now you are.
Well, I'm not world famous,
Okay.
but okay. But you know, it's something a child will just say without really knowing how hard it is,
Okay. No, with
right?
respect to the story of this book particularly, obviously you would be writing
Yes,
some of the things.
yes.
But with respect to this book,
Yeah,
which has,
yeah, I'm coming
yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
So you know, but then I got very busy with my job, my career.
Okay.
I was raising a son,
Okay.
and so I stopped not only writing, I had even stopped reading.
Okay.
And one of the first things you know, a writer needs to do is read.
Yeah.
Read a lot,
Okay.
right? But I had stopped writing. And then about 12 years ago, a friend of mine gave me a copy of a very popular book called The Kite Runner,
Okay.
written by an Afghan-American writer called Khalid Hosseini.
Okay.
And I loved that book.
Okay.
And then I ended up reading his second book
Okay.
called A Thousand Splendid Suns. And I
Okay.
fell in love with the book, with the fictional world.
Okay.
And that inspired me to write Purple Lotus.
Okay.
And so I sat in front of a blank Word document,
Okay.
and the first thing I typed was Purple Lotus.
Oh.
It just came to me,
Okay.
okay? So why Purple Lotus?
Just to interrupt, yeah, I wanted to ask that every time you say Purple Lotus, and Purple Lotus, why the name Purple Lotus?
Lotus back
Yeah,
there.
Exactly. Is it a
okay.
secret or can we?
Yeah,
know?
sure, sure.
Yeah.
You know, the purple lotus is the symbol of self-awakening.
Oh, okay, okay.
And the lotus, it grows in stagnant, dirty, murky waters,
Okay.
but it grows unblemished. It
Yes.
grows tall and
You
beautiful.
have a lotus over there
yes,
also.
blooming
Yeah.
toward the sun.
Yes, exactly.
And that is the story of Tara,
Oh,
the
okay,
you know protagonist of Purple Lotus.
Okay.
Would you, if you can say or talk a little bit about
Yes,
my
yes,
book?
yes, yes.
Purple Lotus
We
is
would
the
love to
story.
hear actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
Purple Lotus is the story of a
Okay.
woman who
Okay.
moves from Mangalore
Ah.
to the American South,
Okay.
but she's trapped between an abusive marriage
Okay.
and a patriarchal family that wants her to, you know, just stay there, make peace with your destiny,
Yes.
try harder to make your husband happy.
Okay.
So she's trapped between these two forces
Okay.
until she finds the courage
Okay.
to break free and to gently rebuild her life
Okay.
and to find lasting happiness.
Okay.
That's the story. So it's
So happy ending.
basically that you have to read.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
have to
okay.
read.
Okay,
She
okay.
does find the courage midway in the story, but what
Okay, okay.
happens after that is something for you to
Yes,
read
yeah.
and find out.
Yeah. Suspense.
Yes,
Yes, exactly.
yes.
So coming to the point of writing the books, like our show is mainly towards student community with respect to guidance and motivation towards them.
Exactly.
So a student who would like to get into journalism, and also if they're interested in writing and reading, what do you suggest towards the student community?
Well, anybody can become a journalist.
Okay.
You have to train for it. That's all.
Yes,
You don't
yes.
need any specific skills for it,
Yeah,
except
anybody cannot become a writer.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think
What
there's
are
no
the
specific
inputs
age.
you would like to give to the
Right.
students?
So there's no age to start writing.
Okay.
But if you know, most writers have full-time jobs. Like
Yeah.
me, I have a full-time job.
Okay.
Most people have jobs and they write as a passion, right?
Okay.
They write during their free time or over the weekend.
Okay.
So I think, you know, it's not something you set out to do when you're 6 or 7,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Fine.
But if you're passionate about writing and you want to write a book, then you have to read, like I mentioned before.
Okay.
Read all kinds of books. Read beyond your comfort zone. Read,
You
know.
need to have a lot of patience, I guess, right? I think you have a lot of patience.
Yes, and if you want to get published,
Oh.
then you need a lot of patience. I wrote 10 drafts of Purple
Oh,
Lotus
okay, okay.
before it was picked up by a
Oh,
publishing
okay.
by a publisher.
Okay.
So yes, you have to read a lot.
How did you feel when you
Right.
felt that yes, it is being picked by a?
Well, it took me 10 years to write
Okay.
and find a publisher.
Oh my God.
So, because in the US,
Oh.
it's very, very, very difficult to find,
Okay.
gain a foothold in the publishing
Okay.
industry.
Okay.
Because the way it is set up is that you cannot approach a publisher directly. You
Okay.
have to find a literary agent first to represent
Just to
you.
ask outside the box, were you rejected from any
Multiple
publisher?
times.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
Okay.
Because the way the industry, like I said,
Okay.
is set up is first you find a literary agent to represent you,
Okay.
who will then find a publisher for you.
Okay.
And literary agents are there to make a living.
Like, in simple, just would like to ask you, like when you get rejected, how to come out of it?
Rejection is hard, no matter
Yeah.
what. It is hard. I've
Yeah.
gone to bed crying several times.
But how do you come out of it?
Yes, but the thing is,
Because when we love something or someone,
when you're
when
passionate
you are
about,
rejected, it'll
it's
hurt a
going
lot.
to
It'll
hurt.
a
It's
lot.
going
Yeah.
to hurt.
Yes.
It is. I mean, we're all human.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
hurts.
exactly.
But you have to keep your dream or your goal in mind, no matter what.
Hmm.
So you can, take a few days off,
Okay.
feel better about yourself,
Okay.
come back, and start
But
again.
very difficult.
Yes.
Yes, very difficult.
Yes.
Okay, that was
But-
really.
It is difficult, but there's a way. I mean, giving up is not a choice.
Yeah,
Giving up is not. I'm sure you understand
Yes,
that.
yes,
We both are in our, out of the box careers,
correct,
right?
correct.
And I think our
Hard work
struggles are.
matter a lot.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Exactly.
So, you are an entrepreneur also. So, can we know something about the NRI Pulse?
Yeah, so NRI Pulse, once again, was it something I started by choice or by chance?
Okay.
No, it started on an impulse,
Okay.
just an impulse. I was a journalist working for other publications in Atlanta,
Okay.
where I'm based. And then suddenly one day, I woke up and I said, why shouldn't I start a newspaper,
Okay.
community newspaper? Because the market was filled with feature magazines,
Exactly.
but there was no newspaper, a
Correct,
news.
correct, correct.
There's a difference between name a magazine here,
Yes.
Femina. There's a difference between Femina and Times of India,
Yeah,
right?
Correct.
So there were lots of Feminas in the market, but no Times of India.
Okay, okay,
So
fine.
then I decided that I would be the one to start.
Okay.
And then I did have
We
beginners.
heard that you have interviewed lots and lots of celebrities and lots of people.
Yes.
Can I know something about it? What was your experience? Now you are in a different seat over there, being interviewed.
Yeah.
You are usually a person who
it's
will
not-
interview others.
Right. Yes. Yes. It is different.
So
I'm
how do you
usually the
feel?
one sitting there asking questions.
Yeah, how do you feel?
What? Answering
Yeah,
questions?
answering the questions.
Um,
You usually
I'm-
ask questions.
Right,
Yeah.
but I'm kind of used to it because of the book.
Okay,
I've been
okay.
doing a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
interviews.
Okay, okay.
But if you ask me, I prefer asking questions
okay,
rather than answering
But
them.
not today. Today I need to ask you a lot of questions. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when we have some passion towards something, we work hard. But when this passion gives you awards and recognitions, that is something different. It's extra happiness, I can say. So only you need to understand how you feel. How do you feel about it? When your passion is recognized by someone and lots of awards. I know a lot of awards, you are the finalist of a lot of events, lot of awards, but I think it would be better if you say, if I miss out something.
Right.
How
you know,
did it
nothing.
start now? Initially,
well,
which was
nothing
the
I.
first award you got?
Well, let me begin by saying nothing I did has been for awards and recognition.
obviously.
But like I said before, out of the box thinkers,
yes.
people who start, their own, chart their own path.
Yeah.
They feel they get, there's a lot of resistance from the community, from society, right?
exactly,
People
exactly.
will tell you it can't be done.
Yeah.
It's not possible,
Exactly.
right? I'm sure you've also
Yeah,
faced it.
I know that.
Yes. So awards. When something like that happens, for instance, Limca Book of Awards,
Okay.
I was featured in the Limca
Yes,
book,
yes,
right,
yes.
in 2010.
Yeah.
That immediately gave the newspaper a push
Okay.
and helped it become a brand name.
Correct.
And the same way I won the American Fiction Award this year and Georgia Author of the Year
Yes,
award,
yes.
and I was a finalist for a few other awards.
yes.
And that has helped kickstart my career as a writer.
Will motivate you every moment.
Yes, and also a kickstart.
Yeah.
People have started reading it more.
Yes,
People,
yes, exactly.
my publisher is able to promote it more.
Yes.
And the book is a
Because of your hard
hit
work.
in its. It's a yes.
Okay. Now, what do you suggest the parents of students who are into this field? This is a unique field.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah,
You mean
it's-
writing
yeah,
or
writing?
writing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Writing, publishing,
Yeah.
and all those things.
Yeah.
It's not
I
like
would say
generalized like how other streams are generalized.
exactly.
Like chartered accountant, engineering, medical, not generalized as those. So what do you say about it?
Well,
Because
don't
parents need to support, right?
don't
No?
give up your
No.
job.
Okay.
Don't give up your job.
Okay.
Do it in your free time.
Okay, okay.
Once you have established yourself as a writer, not everyone becomes a Chetan Bhagat
Exactly.
or I don't know, a Salman Rushdie, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, you keep
Okay.
your job
Hmm.
and write during your free time.
Okay.
Keep honing your skills. Get better at writing, edit.
Okay.
Network with other authors. That is very important too. Network with others
Okay.
who know better than you, who
Yes,
know the
yes.
publishing
Correct,
industry.
correct.
And that's something I didn't know. That's
Okay,
that's
okay.
something I learned the hard way.
Now we're speaking about networking and all the other things. Can I ask, like, do creative content matter or experience matter? What do you
Well,
say?
Um,
I know it's a combination of both.
It's both.
Yeah,
It's both.
but
It's
what do you
according.
think?
Your book can click or it may not click. You don't know what clicks with the people,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
But I say age does not matter. I
does
was
not matter.
40 when I started writing
Okay, okay.
Purple Lotus,
Oh,
and it took me
okay.
10 years. So I
Okay,
was over 50 when it got published.
Okay, okay.
And I don't think I would have had the same understanding of life
Okay.
had I written the same book
During
at
your 20s
20.
and 30s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
20s and 30s.
Yeah.
Because now I have more experiences, more insights into
Experience
life.
matter a lot.
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary to start writing at 40,
Okay.
right?
Correct,
You
correct.
can, you might be able to write at 15 and
Did
still
you
make
ever
it
feel
big.
that you would have started it earlier, at the age of 15
Well,
or
there's no-
20 or something like that?
Yeah, I wish I had. I would have had more books, but it's okay. I still have time. The rest of my life.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm working on my next book, so yeah, it's
So the next book
all part
secret
of
is
it.
revealed or yet to reveal?
well, it's also based in southern United States.
Okay.
It's based in Georgia, where I live.
Okay.
And that's
You would
all
like
I
to
can
tell
mention.
to the audience, or
Well, I don't have a
It's a
name of
name,
the
okay, okay.
book
Yeah, let
as
it be-
yet,
let
but
it be
I'm
secret.
I'm
Yeah.
working on it.
Okay, okay, sure. So how do you feel working abroad in this field?
A lot of
Because
people
you told you
me.
have worked here also.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
But I'm my own boss. Here I used to work briefly for Times of India
Okay.
and Indian Express,
Okay.
mostly the Pune edition of
Okay, okay.
Indian Express. But there I also worked initially, first 5 years. And then when I launched my own paper, I was my own boss.
Okay.
But of course, when you're your own boss, all the pressure of running it is on you, right?
Okay.
You don't get a paycheck
Exactly.
month to month unless you
Too much
work
of
for
hard
it.
work. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, it's a great country to run a newspaper. It's a
Yes.
great country to, just do anything you want to, as long
Okay.
as you're prepared to work hard.
Okay. Speaking about reading the books, I'm sure you would have guided your son also to read the books. So at his age, when he reads all these books, what do you think so?
Well,
Any
he,
future author coming up?
yes, definitely,
Yeah?
definitely,
Okay, okay.
definitely. He's a
Okay.
wonderful author.
Okay.
He loves to write historical fiction, and I'm sure there's another author, Aditya Rao,
Okay.
or Dr. Aditya Rao, maybe
In,
if he gets his
sure.
PhD.
Yes, very soon. Hopefully.
Yes,
Yes. In fact, mom will advise also. But it's obviously his creation.
yes,
Creative content matter a lot.
yes, yes,
Right?
definitely.
Okay. Other than this reading books and writing, what else you do, madam?
Oh, I am fond of meditating.
Okay.
I take long walks
Okay.
where I craft the scenes
Okay.
of my books.
Okay,
I
okay,
I love
okay.
taking long,
Okay.
long walks. I walk
So you
about
go
5
for
miles.
walking to craft the scenes, or you
No,
go for
no, I
walking
just
for
walk.
health,
I just walk for
fitness
health,
and all?
and fitness. I
Okay.
walk 5 miles
Oh,
a day.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm also a Bollywood buff. I watch everything that comes on
Okay.
Netflix, Amazon, and I love watching old movies from the 70s. I love to travel, although I've not had the opportunity to travel the world,
Okay,
but
okay.
it's on my bucket list,
okay.
traveling the world.
That's nice to hear. So what is that one wow factor in you, which will keep you energetic each and every moment?
Just loving what you do.
Okay. You just love what you do.
Yeah, and just be positive.
Okay.
Being positive, I think that's something that comes from inside, right?
Okay, okay.
No matter what is happening around you,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're positive and full of positive energy,
Yeah.
that gives you the energy to keep going.
For our future authors, what would you suggest? Especially
Melinda.
students who would love to be future authors. In fact, they also need to, everyone need to be recognized, and they also need to win awards. But as you told, we are not supposed to go behind awards. Awards need to follow us. That is
Exactly,
what it is.
exactly,
Correct?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, you
So-
can't do something just because you want an award.
Exactly.
But I think success comes to people who believe in themselves. That's
Okay.
half the battle won.
Okay.
Self-belief.
How do you define success according to you? I know
according-
there's no
yeah.
proper definition as such.
Yeah, the three.
Depends.
I think self-belief, hard work,
Okay.
patience, persistence. These
Okay.
are that's the recipe for success.
Okay.
But also, having said that, the older I get, the more I believe that it's very important to live a balanced life,
Okay.
a stress-free as much as possible, and to, like I said,
Yeah.
fill yourself with positive energy. I have a friend who is almost 100 years old,
Okay.
back in Atlanta.
Okay.
She's visited Mangalore last
Okay.
time when she was 96.
Okay.
And to me, she's the most successful person in the world.
She'll
You know
motivate
why?
you a lot.
Yes, yes. She's filled with positive energy.
Okay.
She wakes up each morning raring to go. Almost 100-year-old woman. And so, you know, that's all you need
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
succeed.
Now, when you love something or someone, and when you feel that the path is not so easy, what do you suggest?
Persistence.
Persistence. Okay.
Yes, just keep doing it.
Okay.
You're going to fail. I mean, when you start something new, you're going to fail, right?
Okay.
At some point, there's
As
some
you told,
failure.
you are also being rejected multiple times.
Yes, multiple times. And even my newspaper, it did well initially.
Okay.
But then when recession hit in 2008, I had a hard time.
Okay. Okay.
So what did I do? I ran the newspaper on a shoestring budget.
Okay.
I did most of the work myself. I did the news gathering, reporting, editing, layout, the distribution. I had a small car in those days. I used to go from location to location, delivering papers. I did all of that.
Okay.
And then of course, once I got the Limca Book of Award recognition,
Okay.
things changed.
Okay.
And of course, persistence.
Yes.
That's the #1 mantra in my book.
Exactly. So you feel age is not a matter at all.
Absolutely
anything.
not. Absolutely not. You can be 90 years old and still start something new.
We know that age is not a matter, but my dear viewer friends, this month I think you celebrated your birthday, so we'll not ask your age, but as a surprise,
Oh,
we'll
thank you.
have a birthday cake over here with your permission.
Sure,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Let's all sing the birthday song. Let's all sing the birthday song. Let's all join and sing along. Let's all sing the birthday song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, dear. Happy birthday to you. From old friends and new, from good friends and true.
How was the cake, madam?
Oh, it was delicious.
I hope you liked it.
Yes, very much.
Okay.
And it was a beautiful surprise, and it's wonderful to see.
In fact,
the
belated wishes.
Cover of my book.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, and happy birthday to you. as
Yeah,
well.
thank you so much. I'm very happy to have you as the guest in my talk show. Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you so much, Abhilash.
yeah.
It was a pleasure to be here. I enjoyed our conversation.
Okay. Our viewer friends got to know about the book and got to know about your life story also. So I hope you will inspire many students, and not only students, in fact many of even the adults also. So thank you so much. With this we come to the conclusion of our talk show. So see you in my next episode. Till then, take care. Thank you.
And I also want to say,
Okay.
I wish your show
Okay.
massive success.
Thank you so much.
I hope it gets to 100 episodes
Okay.
very quickly. It's not 100 is not very
Yeah.
far away.
Okay,
And I
okay.
hope it reaches millions of people.
Yeah, thank you so
and
much.
motivates,
Yes.
students.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear viewer friends. See you in my next episode. Till then, take care. Thank you so much.